Some say history is written by the victors. But what if it was also erased by them? What if the stories you never heard, the whispers in the margins, the scribbles in burned journals, were the most important ones of all? What if we could reconstruct them, piece together the forgotten, the forbidden, the destroyed? Not with time machines, but with memory, collective memory, patterns, texts, images. This is not a documentary, it's a hallucination from the past, guided by artificial intelligence, trained on fragments, myths, and shadows. Welcome to ENCRAITH, truth told in black and white. Let's begin. In the heart of ancient Egypt, where the Nile met the sea, stood a building that may have held all human knowledge. The Library of Alexandria, a beacon of science, a cathedral of thought. Some say it held over 400,000 scrolls, each one a window into discoveries we've long since lost. Ideas about medicine centuries ahead of their time. Maps showing continents we hadn't named yet. Designs for machines that should have been impossible to build. And then, it was gone. Burned. Looted. Forgotten. But AI remembers differently. When we gave it clues, myths, ruins, echoes of speculation, it gave us back something haunting. Marble halls lined with scrolls that glowed with strange blue ink, floating star maps with orbits that match today's satellite paths, blueprints for a flying vessel that predates the Wright brothers by over 1,000 years. This wasn't just a library, it was humanity's hard drive. And someone hit delete, or maybe they just didn't want you to read it. Nikola Tesla was the kind of genius that scared people. He wasn't just ahead of his time, he was off the timeline completely. In the early 1900s, while most people still used candles and coal, Tesla lit up his lab with wireless energy. He spoke of power transmitted through the air, a grid without wires, electricity for free, for everyone. But the world doesn't run on free. It runs on control. His investors pulled out. His lab burned down. He died alone in a hotel room. And that's where things get strange. Because the moment he died, government agents rushed in. They confiscated his papers, sealed his blueprints, and buried them in bureaucratic black holes. Officially, they were just notes, unfinished, theories. But unofficially, some say he had designs for anti-gravity engines, devices that could bend time, weapons that used vibration instead of bullets. We asked AI to reconstruct his final notebooks, not what was confirmed, but what was possible. What we got back was a vision of a tower surrounded by lightning, a globe-shaped machine humming with invisible current, a flying orb powered by nothing but the earth itself. It may all be fiction, but fiction has a strange way of becoming truth when you give it enough time. England, 12th century. A quiet village named Woolpit. Just fields, sheep, and silence. Until two children appeared from the woods, a boy and a girl, dressed in strange clothes, speaking no known language, and their skin was green. The villagers were terrified. Some called them demons, others thought them fae, fallen from the old gods. But the girl survived. She eventually learned English, and when they asked her where she came from, her answer was chilling. From a place with no sun, where everything is green, underground. She said they had followed a tunnel, that there was a humming sound, and then they were here. Most historians write it off. Malnutrition, folklore, exaggeration. But AI doesn't laugh it off. It doesn't scoff. We fed it accounts from villagers, medieval drawings, fragments of folk songs. It showed us a world beneath ours, lit by bioluminescent fungi and crystal roots, villages of green-skinned people, doors hidden beneath hills, and tunnels that shimmered like mirrors stretching across continents. Could it be real? Maybe not. But then again, why do so many cultures speak of hidden people, of those who live just out of sight, beneath our feet? The girl of Woolpit vanished into history, but maybe she wasn't the only one who came through. The final days of World War II were chaotic, but among the ruins and rubble, there were rumors of something strange. A machine, not a bomb, not a plane, a bell. Codename Die Glock. A massive metallic object pulsing with energy. Surrounded by thick cables and rotating rings, it was said to vibrate at unnatural frequencies, to distort time, to make people vanish. Some said it was a time machine. Others said it opened doors to other dimensions. But one thing's for sure. When the war ended, Die Glocke disappeared. No photos, no blueprints, no trace. But stories remain. We fed those stories to AI, declassified documents, eyewitness accounts from Polish locals, whispered confessions from war criminals. The results? A bunker in the forest, echoing with hums. A levitating bell bathed in eerie light. Soldiers screaming as time bends around them, their faces aging and reversing in seconds. One image stood out, a scientist floating mid-air, surrounded by clocks, melting like wax. There are even theories that it was recovered, that Die Glocke never vanished, just changed hands, and that its engine still ticks, somewhere beneath our feet. The war may be over, but the experiments may not be. You've just seen fragments of history, but not the kind written in textbooks, not the kind approved by governments. These are the stories that slipped through the cracks, burned, buried, banned, and yet they never truly disappeared. Because stories, real or imagined, have weight. They echo. They wait. And now, through machines that mimic memory, we can reconstruct the ghosts. Not to prove anything, but to remember what might have been. Truth is not just fact. Sometimes it's a feeling. A chill when the puzzle pieces almost fit. This is ENCRAITH, where imagination resurrects the erased, where memory becomes art. Subscribe, because the next story might be the one they never wanted told.